All right, so let's begin. We'll randomly pick 6 questions from our pool of questions and we'll answer them. So let's get into it.
Am I first or are you first?
I'm going to ask you first.
Okay.
Okay, so Amara, for our viewers, what is a gift registry?
Wait. What number of questions? What number of questions?
Number 11.
Number 11. Okay, just so we know.
Okay,
Right.
so what is a gift registry and why do Nigerians refuse to understand it?
This is a tricky one. So, a gift registry, textbook definition, guys. A gift registry is basically a means or a service at which you can communicate your gift preferences to your friends and loved ones in this day and age through a wish list online. And the whole point is that they know exactly what you want. You get exactly what you want. And you don't have the issue of unwanted or duplicated gifts because it's right there, because you asked for it and they gave it to you. It's a win-win situation for everybody. But yes, that's the short story of it. And what was your second question?
So the second question would be why do Nigerians refuse to understand it?
Girl, I don't know, because picture this. Yeah. You're opening your 15th gift from your wedding, and again, it's a blender. It's the fourth blender you've received. It's very frustrating. Where do you put the blender? You're going to have to regift it. When the person that comes to your house sees it, they're going to be offended because you've regifted it. And then the logistics of even getting those 15 or more gifts from the wedding venue or from your event venue to your house is stressful. So I don't get why Nigerians don't get it. But I had a conversation with one of our strategist yesterday, and she said literally they think this is like a service for begging. It's just glorified begging for gifts. And so we're on a mission to try and, sensitize the Nigerian audience so that they're more aware of the benefits of gift giving. Sorry for the ramble.
I quite agree with you, Amara. I think it stems from like a cultural thing. Yeah, so people are not used to asking. They just assume people would give them whatever they have. But guys, it's 2024, You ask and you receive. So try sincerely yours. Okay, so we're going to the next question.
I'll ask.
Okay.
All right, so random. What
What number is this?
55. What's a deadly sin when it comes to gift giving? What's like a hell no? Like, no.
I think it differs for different people. But in general, what would be a hell no? I would say regifting something that they gave to you that was branded. So imagine, or excitedly opening the wrapping, and then you see a bowl that was gifted, maybe a souvenir that was given at a wedding in 2023 with the
It's
label
possible.
on it.
It's possible.
I'm telling you because I'm speaking from experience.
Oh really? Oh my
Yes.
gosh! What happened?
Yes, so if my friend got married and after the wedding we were packing up all the gifts that were brought to the venue physically, and like okay, let's just unwrap it and see the ones that you need immediately, and then we can take it and keep the rest in storage. And we had gotten some really good gifts, and so the excitement was building, and then we opened this big ass gift, and it's just a set of buckets randomly put together. It was just a mismatched set of things, odds and ends. But the thing was that for every single gift in it, they all had the labels of different weddings. So there were souvenirs from different weddings that this person put together and just wrapped it up. And I'm like,
I mean, in their defense, is it the thought that counts?
Then that's what we are here to debunk. The thought and the thought of the receiver also counts, man. So it's not just your thought that counts. You also have to put yourself in the other person's shoes. And if you had a service that would help you become a magician and know what is in the person's mind, why would you use it?
As in,
okay, so random. I'm scrolling through and I would land wherever I land. So number 16.
right.
What is a hilarious myth about gift registries that we need to debunk?
I think it's the first one which I mentioned. So maybe the universe is telling me to re-emphasize this, where it's not about begging, right? We had a client that we wanted to sign on to our registry, and it's so funny because she said she can't sign on because her parents basically paid for the wedding, and they don't want this to be another burden to asking people for gifts because it seems like the family is begging. And it was just so funny because where do you start from that, especially when the main sponsor is has kind of already shunned their way from gifts giving, from a gift registry, right? So that's the risk we face as well, as a service provider of gift registries. But I would say that's a myth. Like, just thinking is all about begging. See, at the end of the day, the receiver benefits. They get what they want. You benefit because number one, you're not having to go through that stress of thinking many things.
Yeah.
The list is right there. You can shop for it right there because you purchase online, and the delivery is taken care of because as a gift registry service, we also ensure that it's delivered straight to the client's door. So, I mean, yeah, I don't. Do you have anything else to say about that?
Yeah, I think that is spot on really. Just the misunderstanding about what gift registries are about. It's not a sly way to collect things from people. It's actually normalized in other climes.
Yeah,
I think just Nigerians just need to get with the program. So 100% with you.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so it's my turn now.
Okay, let's see. Number 8.
Okay.
What's a typical Nigerian customer moment that cracks us up?
Hmm. I would say when we've finished creating the registry
Mm.
and we're like, oh, your registry is all set up. We want them to now share the gift registries with their clients and like, oh, how am I going to share it? Guys, that's always a thing. Like, you're all excited about creating the registry, you've received it, it's all nice. And then to do the next step of actually sharing it to your guests, and that's where the shame comes in. And I think it ties in with what Amara said earlier, that audacity to put it out there and say, "Ah, this is exactly what I want. You can't give me what I don't want. You have to give me what I want." So I think, we'll keep reiterating this thing over and over again, but it's time to give people what they want. It's time to gift people what they want. We see a lot of times when we watch all these movies and we see how the girl comes in and she's so excited, she's opening it, there's a bag, and then her smile gets bigger with each one. It's because those were the gifts that she wanted. Imagine if she opened it and it was plates or I don't know, spoons and all that. So it's we need to normalize it so that when you create a gift list or a gift registry, you as a client, it's just like sharing your wedding IV or sharing your wedding website. You just share it so that people get you the gifts that they want, and then they're also expecting it. So we also need to normalize it such a way that when the wedding is up, the fact is that, where's your IV, where's your registry?
Mhm.
So it's normal, so that you're not even feeling like, oh, let me be. But because it's still new, when we get clients now, they're like, I'll now be the ones begging people to give me. But I'm sure with time, on both ends, both the client and the receiver and the givers, it will be so normalized that if you're doing wedding and we don't see your registry, like, where's your registry? So yeah, that's something that always makes me
Yeah,
laugh.
and we obviously, as a gift registry service, we have various ways we've normalized. We try and make it less awkward. So, for
Yeah.
instance, our gifts page kind of doubles up as an event website where you have like the venue details, the time of the event, if there is an event, nice pictures of you celebrating, if it's a pre-wedding photo or a
Yep.
birthday shoot as well. There is also the option of leaving like well wishes and prayers for the celebrant as well. So you actually don't have to get a gift. I mean, it would be nice, but you don't have to get a gift. You can actually use it as like an information giver, or send a nice message to the celebrant. All right.
So this question, very hilarious. Who handles customer complaints better and who just wants to fight?
Ah, right. Okay, let's approach the question differently. How do you usually handle customer complaints, and where do you usually get frustrated?
Well, I think for me, for the customer complaints I've handled, I'm usually a more chilled person, so I'd let them rant and I'm just like, oh, we're really sorry about that, and try to fix it. So even if I'm upset and I'm annoyed, yeah, generally a chill person when I'm handling complaints. So I try to just, let the person rant and then just try to solve the problem, with the person. So yeah, I also am a chill person.
Yeah, I'm the fiery one. I think in every situation, it's always best that there's a good
A
cop, bad
mix.
cop
Yeah.
situation. But yeah, me, I'm quite a bit hot-headed, and it's something I'm working on. But at the same time, you understand the frustration of Nigerians. For instance, you've argued, you've kind of given them like information about the gift treasury, what it entail, and they've come back to kind of do like some things. Like, for instance, do you remember that customer that was trying to buy up stuff earlier on, so that
Yeah.
because of the currency stuff, so
Yeah.
that yeah, we almost couldn't deliver because prices had gone up, but we could tell it was being done deliberately. So is that again, the fiery side came out because you have to try and address it. But in that situation, like, people are going to be people, I'm going to be myself.
Yeah.
Even if I think I've worked on it a bit, but you always have to have that complimentary person that calms everything down. And so I always have Chisom by my side to be the good cop and to be the voice of reason. But yes, that's how we handle difficult customers and
Okay,
customer
so
complaints.
your turn.
What's one gift? This is number 37. What's one gift we wish would make a comeback?
I won't say come back, but it was one gift that made us happy when we got it. That we're like also excited. And we wish that we'll keep getting. Remember
What?
how when we got the fridge?
Oh yes,
Yes,
yes.
it was almost 1 million, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. And first of all, like, I think that's also the most expensive gift someone has bought of our registry. First of all, like, you
Yeah.
trusted them enough to pay this money for us to buy
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
We must deliver. So
Yeah.
yeah, so we were really excited about that. That's one gift that we wish that every registry would just be getting because
And backstory, the reason why we would like people to buy fridges, I don't think it wasn't one person that paid,
yeah, for
brought
it.
out £1 million to pay for the gift. It was a group of friends that
Yeah.
decided this is what their friend really needed, and came together. And that's one of the reasons we set up Sincerely Yours. That convenience of a group of friends trying to figure out what their friend who is the celebrant wants. They don't need to do that. Just look up on the wish list and buy a gift as a group. So there's gift giving in a gift registry service or individual, but either way, you're getting your friend who is the recipient of the gift exactly what they want, and they are very appreciative about that, and it makes us happy because it means we are able to deliver something
Yeah.
big and everyone is happy. Okay, last question for this segment.
Okay. Honestly, if you don't ask this question, how will this session end? What's our biggest frustration with logistics in Nigeria?
LOL. um So I think we've alluded to it again. So there are two things. We alluded to one, which was like the currency fluctuation. So obviously, when someone sets up their gift registry, we are Nigerians, we know that from the time a gift registry is set up, which we encourage to be like 2 months before the event, 3 months before the event, till when everyone finished buying, the prices would have changed. So it's just being on point, on time, to be able to talk to our vendors and suppliers to supply the gifts at that price. But the problem we now have is, okay, where do we store it? Do we send it to the customer? But we'll be sending gifts to the customer one by one, which is not what we really intended to do. So yes, currency fluctuation is literally a pain up our backside, if you know what I mean. But as well, I guess it's just delays. We're a new company. We don't have a fully blown warehouse just yet. So we have to rely a lot on our suppliers and vendors. And it means that if they mess up, we suffer it. So if they have delays in delivery, there's nothing we can do than to pacify the customers, which is frustrating.
Yeah, and then the classic dispatch riders,
Yep.
sometimes being rude to customers,
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
not picking their calls. We also have to manage that process, even though we're not totally in control
Yeah,
of
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So yes, that's also a frustration.
All right.
So Amara's final question for this session. No, Mike, you ask.
Oh, okay.
I asked you biggest frustration.
Okay. If our business was a mascot, what would it be?
Well, they told us yesterday now.
Oh yeah!
We'll be a cowboy because
a
we're
pink, no, a purple cowboy.
purple cowboy, yes, because we are outlaws and we're here to disrupt the market, show us that there are different ways, there are better ways to do things, there are different ways to do things. We're here to make noise, get it right, and make sure that everyone is on board with us. So,
But
watch
still
out.
keeping it classy, still like bringing in the A game,
Yes.
and still being polite, but being like an outlaw, and a polite outlaw dressed like a cowboy.
All right, so I think that brings us to the end of this session. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. There are a lot more questions, there are a lot more things to learn about us and about our business. So keep watching. I will look out for the next series. So bye for now.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Have a good day.